Today I'm going to take you through the process of installing Windows NT4 on a DEC AlphaStation 255. I currently have Windows 2000 Professional evaluation copy installed on this machine, but it's not running very well and it's taking up a huge amount of disk space. So I'm going to show you how sluggish it actually is. It's extremely sluggish, and if I look at the space it's occupying on the hard drive, which takes forever to come up, the disk capacity is 994 megabytes and the free space that I have at the moment is 35 megabytes, and I only have Hexen 95 installed. I'm quickly going to show you Hexen's performance on the machine before I reinstall. The nice thing about Windows 2000, however, is you do get the MIDI sound coming through with games such as Hexen and Doom, but I think the overall performance with Windows NT4 is far superior for machines such as this one. Just going to hit escape to speed things up a bit. Although there is sound, you won't hear it very clearly as it's only coming through the computer speaker at the moment. Okay, it's just rearranging. And there you have it. It's playable in a very small window and it doesn't run extremely well, but you do have sound with it at least. Okay, so that demonstrates Hexen running in Windows 2000 on a DEC AlphaStation 255. Okay, so I'm going to quit the game. And I'm going to start the install process. Just going to go into my computer quickly, just to confirm that I have the Windows NT disk inserted. And there it is. So I'm going to restart the system and install Windows NT4. Okay, an alpha BIOS is coming up. The first thing that you have to do is hit F2 in order to invoke alpha BIOS. Okay, and there I'm in. So the first thing I do is go to hard drive setup. And you can see the two partitions that exist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete them. Okay, so that partition deleted, and that one deleted. So now Windows 2000 is gone. So now go to install Windows NT. Okay, go back to disk setup. Press F10 to repartition the disk. Enter to continue and you have two new disk partitions written. So I'm going to exit and go back to install Windows NT. And the setup starts. During this process I will speed up the video to save some time. Okay, in order to set up Windows NT now, I'm going to press enter. I'm going to press enter to continue again. And then you've got a page down through all of this. And then press F8 to agree. Okay, the above list does match my computer. And I'm going to keep the partitions as they are. And there the install process starts. Okay, it now wants me to restart the computer, so I'm going to press enter. And here the setup starts. Okay, it's currently gathering information about the computer. Let's see if I can press next. I'm going to go for a typical installation. Okay, it's now going to set up the network. I'm going to say it is connected to a network via a network adapter, so it's correct. I'm going to search for the Ethernet adapter, and there it finds it, so I'm going to click Next. Okay, and I'm going to install all three protocols. Why not? Okay, as far as the time zone goes, I'm going to choose Harare, Pretoria. The dates and time are fine. Okay, now it's very important not to play around with this yet. So I'm going to click OK, and then I'm just going to cancel. So to continue with the installation, because you do get a bit of an error if you try and set up the graphics setup at that point. Okay, it's now time to restart. Okay, the first thing that you notice is that the graphics aren't good. So what I'll do is I'll install the Oxygen 202 driver as soon as Windows NT's set up. Okay, I'm going to close that. I'm not going to go into the graphics window yet. I'm now going to install the Oxygen 202 driver. So I've inserted the disk into the CD-ROM. We're going to open that up, and there the driver is. This is a self-extracting file, so I'm going to create a new folder on the desktop and open that up and copy the driver into it. And double click on it. And there it self-extracts. Okay, now that that is done, just going to arrange the icons quickly. I can go ahead and set up the driver. As you can see, the colors are pretty bad. It's only running in about 16 colors at the moment. And yes, I'll restart the machine. And that looks better. So it looks like the drive is working. Okay, once Windows NT is loaded up, I'm going to install Service Pack 6. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. Just going to close that. Quickly going to go into Setup and change that to True Color. And change it to 1280 by 1024. Click OK. Okay, so it's now running in 1280 by 1024. Let me just quickly check. It actually looks a little bit better with 1024 by 768. Apply that again. Okay, so for now I'll keep it in that resolution. Seems to be happier running in that resolution. And I've got True Color set. So next I'm going to install the Service Pack 6. I now have the Service Pack 6 CD installed in the CD-ROM. So I'm going to go and install Service Pack 6. And I'm going to install it for Alpha-based systems. Internet Explorer 5 is also on the CD, so I'll install it next. The Service Pack's installed, so again I'm going to restart the machine. Okay, now that Service Pack 6 is installed, I'm going to install Internet Explorer 5. I'm just quickly going to delete this folder. Empty the recycle bin. Go into my computer. Okay, I'm also going to install Internet Explorer 5 for Alpha-based systems. Okay, and again it's restarting the system. Okay, now that that's completed, I'm going to set up FX32 next. I paired the FX32 install file with 3D Studio Max R3. Unfortunately, 3D Studio Max doesn't run on this machine. I haven't managed to be able to get it up and running yet, and that's largely due to the licensing that it uses. It's going to explore the disk, and the name of the file is unknown.dms, so I'm going to move that to my desktop. Okay, so FX32, the way I downloaded it was in a format which was just called unknown.dms. So what I'm going to do in order to make this file executable is just to change the name to a .exe. Okay, do I want to change it? Yes. And now it allows me to set up FX32. And again it wants me to restart the machine, so I'm going to click finish. Now that that's installed, the next thing that I'm going to do before installing applications on the machine is set up a nice Windows desktop background. I'm now quickly going to set up a nice desktop background. So I've got a CD with some pictures inserted in the CD-ROM. And this is the same background that I was using in Windows 2000, so I'm going to set as wallpaper. And there it is. So I now have a nice desktop background as well. So it's basically exactly how it was set up in Windows 2000. Just going to delete this file. Empty the recycle bin again. Okay, I don't have any games installed on the machine as yet, or other programs, but I'm just quickly going to show you how big the drive is. So again, it's 994 megabytes total capacity, but now I have 574 megabytes of free space. So I've got far more free space than I did in Windows 2000, and the machine also seems to be operating far more fluidly than it did in Windows 2000. So as far as the AlphaStation 255 goes, I certainly wouldn't recommend installing Windows 2000. I'd rather install Windows NT4 SP6. So next I'm going to go ahead and install some software on the machine. It's now time to install some software on the machine, but before I do so, I'm quickly going to set up the sound, as this wasn't set up during the installation. So I'm going to go into Settings, Control Panel, Multimedia, go to Devices, Audio Devices, and if I double click on it, it shows that there are no devices of this class installed on my system. So I'm going to click Add, go to Windows Sound System, click OK. OK, and then click OK again. OK, so now it wants me to restart, so I'm going to restart the machine again. And there's now sound as Windows loads now. Okay, I'm now quickly going to go back in. I just want to see if the MIDI device is loaded. Okay, and MIDI for the Windows sound system is running. Okay, it is there. The driver is enabled and functioning properly. It's funny that it doesn't work nicely for the games though. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm going to go ahead and install some software on the machine. The first bit of software that I'm going to install on the machine is Microsoft Office for Alpha NT. So I'm just going to quickly check on my application CD that I've installed. Okay, and I've got Office. So the only two programs that I have is Excel as well as Word. So I'm going to start off with Excel. Let's set it up. Okay, so it's Excel 97. I'm going to select a typical installation. Okay, now that that's successfully installed, I'm going to continue and install Word. Okay, and setup. Again, a typical install. I'm going to select all. Okay, so Word 97 is also set up on the machine. Just going to quickly check then. Okay, so there you have it, Microsoft Excel 97 up and running. Check Word quickly. And there you have it. Next I'm going to install some games on the machine, so let's see what I have available. Okay, I've inserted a CD with some games on it. And for most of these, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy them onto the C drive. Okay, so first of all, I've got Sabre 0.32, so I'm going to copy that across. Arrange the icons quickly. Quickly going to check if it works. Okay, and there it goes. So that's up and running. So I'm just going to make a shortcut and put that on my desktop. Okay, next up, I see there's PR Boom here. I still need to get doom.wad. So you've got the execute file for the program, but you don't have doom1 or doom2.wad yet, so I'll install those later. And then I've got Quake2 317.axp, so I'm going to move that across as well, and that's a rather large file. I have been able to get Quake 2 up and running before, but I can only run it in software mode. So let's see how that goes. Let's see what else there is here that might interest me. That looks like it for now from this disk. Okay, so Quake 2 is now on. Let me see if I can run it. I know it doesn't like running in software mode, or should I say GL mode. So let's see how it runs. As you can see, it's pretty slow. Let's go into video. Software, so I'm going to put it in software mode. Seems to run quite a bit better in software mode on this machine. Okay, so there you have it. Seems to be running. It doesn't run brilliantly, but it does run. Okay, the first time it runs, it does mess up the desktop. So I'm going to quit it, and I'm going to restart the machine, or just see if I can log out and log back in again first. So let's just see shutdown. It's going to log out, see if that resets the desktop. If that doesn't, then I'll reboot the machine. Okay, so it seems to have worked. Just going to run it again. just to make sure. So there you have it, Quake 2 running in software mode on the AlphaStation 255. Okay, so it's not brilliant performance, but it is at least running. Next, I'm going to install doom.wad to see if I can't get PRBoom up and running. So I've got the Doom 95 CD in the CD-ROM. Okay, and there's doom.wad. So I'm going to go into my computer, C drive, PRBoom, and copy that across. Okay, so let's see if we can get this up and running. And there it is. I'm going to have to come up with the batch file next to just make it run at the resolution that I want it to run at, but there it is, up and running. So I'm going to quickly see if I can quickly execute it in a way in which it runs at a high resolution. So in order to get Doom to run in a larger window, I've quickly created a batch file which contains the following. So it's just PRBoom with the width of 600 and a height of 400. So we're quickly going to execute it. And there you have Doom running in a bigger window. Okay, it's not running absolutely perfectly. I can probably make the window slightly smaller. But that's pretty much how you get to set your window size at the touch of a button. So there, PRBoom's up and running. Okay, I think that pretty much does it for this video. So that just shows you how to set up Microsoft Windows NT4 Service Pack 6 and install some software on the DEC AlphaStation 255. I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.